Hello friends, how are you? I hope you guys are doing okay. Today I have for you the recipe that you guys are waiting for. And that is, let me see if I can see it right here. This is it. It's sofrito. That means you guys are gonna be learning today how to do an authentic sofrito. Okay? But that's a lot of people has different ways of doing sofrito, but I'm gonna show you my way if you want your meal to taste just like my meal. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna start like showing you the ingredients that usually I use and what I avoid. Okay, adding to the sofrito. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna ask you for is to get for your sofrito olive oil. We're gonna use olive oil, and I'm gonna explain to you why I'm using olive oil. Okay, so we're gonna be using olive oil. We're gonna be using sazon, and let me see if I can see it over here. Is the one that says without anato. That means we're gonna be using the one that doesn't contain any color. So this is just a neutral one. Okay, so that's another one that we're gonna be using. We're gonna be using the red fire pimento peppers. Okay, so whatever you have available, it's fine, but remember, if it comes with a little spit of black because of the fires roasted the peppers, you have to make sure that you clean them. Okay, but with this one, with this brand that I don't want to say what it is, but you guys are see what it is, so you don't have to worry about anything. You see, it's nice and clean. Okay, so ready to be used. And what else are we gonna use? We're gonna be using olives. Okay, the one that I'm using is the one that says salad olives. That means it doesn't come, I mean, this don't, I mean, it's they already removed the pit. Okay, so make sure, because I don't want your blender to be explode with bits and damage your blender. So it's gonna be the ones that don't have anything except the peppers that they use, the red peppers that they use. Okay, so remember, nothing else, not even the ones that comes with little like garlic and stuff like that. No, just the olives and the peppers. That's it, and in slices, because it's gonna make your life easier. Okay, so we're gonna be using that. And then let me see what else we're gonna be using. Oh, we're gonna be using garlic. Okay, we're gonna be using garlic, and we're gonna be using scallions. Okay, we're gonna be using scallions. We are gonna be using I know this one is a little hard, depending on what state are you living. If you live in a state where it's a lot of Latinos, or larger states like California, New York, Texas, and I don't know, Florida, you're gonna find very easy to find this leaf. Okay, the name is culantro. Okay, it's very fragrant. It grows only in the Caribbean. What else can I say about these? The other name that they usually call is recao. Okay, but it's really the right name for this is culantro. Okay, so just in case, we're gonna be using this one, and the other one that we're gonna be using is cilantro. Cilantro is easy to find. You will find cilantro everywhere. I think in every state, because everywhere you go is a Mexican restaurant and they sell stuff. So you're gonna find cilantro. Okay. A lot of people don't like cilantro because they say that it tastes like soap. I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, to me, it's fragrant. If I can put a perfume, I will be putting this on my neck, but because it's really good. I love the smell. Okay, so I think I have everything. I think I mentioned everything. Oh, we're gonna be using peppers, okay? The ones that we're gonna be using, it doesn't matter what color. I always try just to give a little color of for the sofrito. So I usually use the red or green. I didn't have any at this time. I don't have green, but if you have red and green, that's perfect. The ones that I have available in my house, so it's the orange and the red, and of course this one I know is not necessarily, but just in case if you live in those states where you can find them, then find them, because it makes a difference. It's very good. It gives you a really good sofrito, and it's they call it cubanero peppers, that in translated to a better English is nothing else than Italian peppers. This is what it is. It's Italian peppers, okay? But if you don't have the Italian peppers or the cubanero peppers, or how they call it, with using only the green ones, the red, I don't know, yellow, whatever color you want to use, that's fine, okay? So, and basically those are the ingredients that we're gonna be using. Now, in my sofrito, I want to explain to you what I don't use, okay? Some people do it, I don't do. Why? Because it will spoil the sofrito and it will not last you at least a month in the refrigerator, or maybe a couple of weeks. It will tend to get bad, and it's not good. It's not good for you. One thing that you want to avoid is just because you want to like to speed the process, or maybe because you don't have fresh garlic, then don't add these, the garlic that comes like this. Don't use it. Don't. The purpose of the sofrito is do it as fresh as you can, okay? So the ones that comes like this, don't use those, okay? Only fresh. We're not gonna be using onions. Onions is a no. Why I'm not using onion? Because onions, once you blend it in the blender, it has a lot of contents of water, and you want to avoid, the less liquid that you add, the better. So that's why instead of using onions, we use the scallions, okay? Scallions is better, and plus it give you better flavor to the sofrito, okay? Now, if you want to cook, and then besides the sofrito, you want a little bit, add a little bit more like fresh veggies to, I don't know, enhance the flavor a little bit more, then you can use it in the pot. But if for the sofrito, no, don't do it. At least my recipe for the sofrito, you're not gonna use that one, okay? Because I don't want you to put in the little comments like, oh, what happened? It's just my sofrito got bad in 2-3 weeks. Oh, don't blame me. Blame yourself, because you was the one who had this, and the last one that you're not gonna be doing is tomatoes. Some people tend to add tomatoes to the sofrito. That's a no, don't do that. Especially this one. This one is the worst of everything. Okay, if you're gonna do it in the pot. But in the sofrito, no, never. That's a sin. for how you say, for the culinary Latino flavor, this is a sin. Don't do it, okay? So you're gonna be following my recipe if you want your meal to taste just like mine, and you're not gonna regret it. I bet you're not gonna regret it. You're gonna say in the comments, my goodness, that is a treasure. Yes, it is, because it tastes really good and it makes a big difference in your meal, okay? So let's start doing the sofrito, okay? It's easy. Takes just a couple of minutes. What you have to do, make sure that you clean all the veggies, okay? Especially leaves like this always come with dirt, okay? Just make sure that you clean everything. Same thing with the scallions. Make sure that you cut the ends and everything. I'm gonna show you how I cut it. This way it's easy to blend. And another thing that I don't use, when I'm doing sofrito, I use a blender. I don't use a food processor. Some people do it. I mean, it's up to you, whatever you have in your house. But what I prefer is use a blender, maybe because it liquefied better. It breaks everything like nice and uniform. First thing that we're gonna start doing before we start the sofrito is chop all the ingredients and wash them first, okay? What I did was cut the slices of garlic like in little pieces if you have garlic that is really, really good. And it's up to you if you want to do the whole garlic, but just because I want them to blend like really good, so this is the way I did it, okay? Same thing with the cilantro. I cut the cilantro, I wash the cilantro really good, and then I chop it. From the cilantro, what you can do is just cut the stems where the dirt is, and then leave the other part of the stem because it's a lot of flavor, okay? So you can see right here, okay? With the other ones, I did the same thing with the scallions, same thing. Where the dirt is, I just removed that part, and this is part of the other herbs, okay? That's the culantro, and the other ones are the peppers. I don't know if you could see it like right here. So I try to like do it in pieces like this. This way they're gonna blend better in the blender. Now for the olives, I remove the brine. I don't know if maybe you could see here. This is the brine. So we're not gonna add any liquid, okay? So we're gonna take it, drain it, and then just keep just the olives and the red peppers, okay? Same thing with the pimentos, with the fast fire roasted, okay? So this is the brine, and this is the pimentos. Always a little bit of water goes there, but what you can do is just drain it. Make sure that or just pull it like that, let it drain, and then just put it in the blender, okay? We're gonna avoid a lot of liquid, okay? So, and for the amount of sofrito that I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be using 4 packs of sazon without anato, okay? And the olive oil. And I said before that I'm gonna explain to you why. The reason why is like usually I do a big batch of the sofrito to last me a month or 2 months, because honestly when you do a lot, it's easy, it's better, save you time. And what usually the sazon does is it serves as a preserve, okay? It's not giving any flavor. It's really the salt and the content of the envelope is gonna preserve it, and it's gonna keep it fresh, and it's gonna enhance the flavor even more, and it's gonna keep the color of the veggies. I mean, sometimes if you don't add that, it tends to like change color in the refrigerator or in the freezer if you don't add anything to preserve the sofrito. But between these and the oil, the olive oil, make sure that it's olive oil, no regular cooking oil, no canola, no vegetable oil. It has to be olive oil, okay? So we're gonna be using these 2 ingredients to preserve it, okay? And that's it. Then we're gonna start with the sofrito. Okay, you guys can see now that we have all the ingredients all the way at the bottom, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna put it in where it says puree, okay? So I'm gonna start blending everything. And then you guys can see. Okay, and just make sure that you guys like if it's any leaves that stays, make sure that you pull that, and then just let it blend a little bit better, okay? And that's all. This is it. This is the famous sofrito, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put it in a bowl. This way you guys can see the way it look, and we're gonna pack it, and then we're gonna freeze it, okay? Let me show you. This is the way it look. You see the way it look? That's the way it's gonna look, okay? Actually, what I do is just buy these in the convenience store. The plastic ones, you can get that in any convenience store, or you can just buy from Amazon. Amazon has it. I think it's microwave and freezer safe, but I mean, I don't do anything with microwave on plastic. So what I do is just use it to freezer, okay? And then so we just like put the sofrito, and then usually I freeze the sofrito, and this is it. Usually the amount that I blend, let me see, baby, usually will do enough for maybe one. I usually like try to do it like up to here. Let me show you. Let me see 1 second. I do it like up to this line right here, because usually when it freezes, sometimes it just tend to go all the way up. So, and this is it. This is the famous sofrito. Look how beautiful it look. Okay, and the color is not really because of the sazon. It's mainly because of the pimentos, the one that comes in the can that give color, and then the regular ones, the green one, the yellow one, and the red. Okay, and believe me, you guys try. You guys are gonna be so happy to be cooking with the sofrito. Basically, that's really the sofrito. You guys see how easy it is? The ones that I have, I want to show you the difference, how it look when you freeze it, okay? So this is the one that we just made, right? I don't know, I don't want to spill it, but this is the one. This is the fresh one. This is the one that I did just now. This is the one that is being solid frozen from the freezer. And let me see if I can open this way you guys can see that it keeps the same color of the one that I just made right now. Okay, you guys can see it's a little frozen, but you see the color? It's not that much difference, you see? It just stays nice and fresh, perfect. What you're gonna do when you have one that is frozen, before you start seeing that your sofrito is running out and start like going like maybe up to maybe like a quarter of this bowl, then you start like taking this one and then put it in the regular refrigerator and let it defrost, and then you can start like using that. So this is the frozen one, and this is the one that I'm using, that it was frozen like this one like 2 months ago, and this is the one that I'm using. Okay, let me see if you can see right now. Let me see if I can open that. Okay, and I think you guys can see it's exactly the same as the new one. Okay, so that's why it's so convenient. It's really convenient. It's fast. You don't have to worry about, especially if you're a busy mom, or if you are somebody that don't have the time to cook like fresh all the time, because you have to remember, my sofrito is a Puerto Rican style sofrito, but same thing, Dominicans, I mean Santo Domingo, I mean Dominican Republic do the same thing, but they usually does it different, a little different. They, instead of blending everything in a blender, they just put it directly to the pot, and they just chop and they just cut everything. Same thing with Cubans, and whoever is used to like cooking the same way like us. So if you are a single man that wants to find somebody that knows how to cook, Latinas are good. So you guys will enjoy the Latin flavor in your house. Same thing with ladies. You guys always can find a nice guy, a Latin guy that knows how to cook, and I bet you he's gonna make you really happy. Okay, so I hope you like the video. Leave any comments, follow the way I do it. I'm gonna try to leave the ingredients that I use, depend on the batch, depend on the amount that you guys want to do, is the amount of envelopes of sazon that you're gonna be adding. I usually, it doesn't matter how big I do the batch, I always try to don't use more than 6 packs. If it's a large batch, like if you're planning to do like maybe 5 or 6 of the sofrito and then keep it for I don't know, it could last up to 4-5 months with no problem. I guarantee you that you guys are not gonna have any problems with the sofrito. Okay, so but if you have any questions, you can always like leave it in the comments, and we will be cooking with sofrito. This way you guys can see how tasty it gives the flavor to your food. It's gonna be a new experience for you guys, and when I do American food, sometimes American food is delicious, but sometimes it needs a little I don't know how to say, like a little to enhance more the flavor. Hey, who said that is bad to use it? You can use it in whatever you want, okay? And then you guys can tell me how was the experience with the sofrito, okay? Thank you, and I'll see you again in my next video. Follow me. Bye.